Good morning, wrestling fans, and welcome to PWR Today, Friday morning, February, even March 25th. See how I did that, Matthew? 2022, the man they call Meathead, and Matthew Thomas. You know, we had such a long run of Matthew Thomas, segments. We had to stop. We had to get the lovely Linda Kay in there. But now Matthew Thomas is back, but he's in the land of potatoes there, fella.
I am, and the thing of it is, I've seen reference to potatoes on license plate here in the state of Idaho, but I've actually not. I mean, I did consume a form of potatoes the other night, but it was not a centerpiece, or nobody was trying to attract any attention to it. I mean, if you're in the land of potatoes, you need to really feature that. You need to lead with that. So I'm not really sure what's going on with this state and their unwillingness to just embrace the potato. But that's a topic for another time.
Well, a topping or a topic? So, just like the state of Wisconsin embraces the cheese, the state of Colorado embraces marijuana. The state of Virginia embraces loving. So I don't know what the deal is with Idaho not embracing the potato.
I know. Yeah, it's definitely something that not a lot of people are talking about here.
If you don't find a restaurant, go ahead.
I'm watching a family right now. I'm watching a multi-generational family. I guess maybe they're not a family. They're get into a large black van, as a matter of fact. I'm not really sure what I'm witnessing here, but they're all eating ice cream, man. And that's further evidence of them running away from the potato. Wouldn't you think if you lived in a state where it's your bread and butter, man,
or your bread and potato?
You think what the potato does for the economy. Yeah, what the potato does for the economy out here, and for you not to show the potato with love and not to embrace the potato, I don't understand it.
It'd be like being in Philly and going, I don't like cheesesteaks.
Exactly, man.
Matthew Thomas. So living in the land of Idaho, if I don't find out that you found a restaurant called Potatoes, 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 I'm going to be seriously disappointed.
Yeah, although a delicacy out here, apparently I've not consumed it, but it has been seen on a menu out here is a breakfast item called eggs and spaghetti. Believe it or not,
I could buy that. I mean, I can see that. Yeah,
I wouldn't knock it. I think I'm intrigued by it.
So I would assume scrambled.
I would think, what I could see of the description was that actually, it was fairly traditional marinara sauce. I thought maybe, a different type of sauce you're doing with the spaghetti with eggs. Yeah, but I don't know. I might have to try that out before I depart here.
That sounds good. Hey, you know what else people have been trying out over the last year, and now they're wearing it to WrestleMania next weekend is?
It's collar and elbow clothing, and you don't know this. You're going to hear this live for the first time. When I was in the Salt Lake City airport the other day, and I was too far away to be able to engage the person, but I saw someone wearing collar and elbow clothing in the Salt Lake City airport.
Nice. And you weren't able to run down the hallway screaming at him, because that would have drawn attention.
I didn't have anybody to watch my unchaperoned bag. If I did, I'd say, there was nobody I could turn next to and say, hey, can you just watch this bag, stranger, while I run after this person?
All right. But promo code.
Oh, promo code's Linda Kay, LINDAKAY. Save 10% off of your order at collarandellowbrand.com.
Fair enough. All right. We've got a bunch of news that we're going to run through because, we're really just previewing Rampage and Smackdown for tonight. First off, doom, 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 doom. The defendant, J.J. Dillion. Doom, 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 doom. The plaintiff. Actually, the plaintiff was J.J. Dillion. The defendant was the Taskmaster, Kevin Sullivan, both appearing on Steve Harvey's court. Matthew, have you heard about this?
No, I didn't know Steve Harvey had a court.
He does. And where they argued, of all things, boat payments. So according to both J.J. Dillion and Kevin Sullivan, the dispute arose over Dillion once loaning Sullivan money so the Taskmaster could buy a $7,500 boat. Now, if it's 2022, I don't know what kind of dinghy you're getting for $7,500. But, I mean, if this is like the 80s, maybe it's a nice little fishing boat or a pontoon or something. Kevin Sullivan ultimately never paid Dillion back, arguing the agreement was never in writing and there was never a specified time for the payment to occur. Ugh. As such, the court of the former Showtime at the Apollo host was the only place things could be settled. Dun, 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 dun. Ultimately, Steve Harvey ruled in the favor of J.J. Dillon, meaning that Kevin Sullivan is forced to pay back the $7,500 he owes to J.J. Dillon. However, you know what? Harvey decided the court is going to pay Dillon back the money instead due to the comedian's absolute love for pro wrestling. How about that?
So basically, Kevin Sullivan just kind of gets off scotch-free, huh?
Scotch-free and scot-free. Right, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's
So let me ask you this question. Is it $7,500 in the last 10 years, and what kind of boat is he getting? Or is it $7,500 from 1979, and was it a really good boat, and has he been a deadbeat for 40-plus years?
I think it's the latter, man. Like, it's just hard for me to imagine those two running in the same circles here in the last, since WCW, basically. I mean, so it's got to be at least, I would imagine, 20-plus years old, right? Like, it can't be, I can't imagine.
Even in 2001, you know, when Kevin Sullivan was still kind of around WCW, what kind of boat are you getting for $7,500? You know, maybe they're both staying in Florida at the time. What are you getting? I think this boat's from 1979, and that they never bought, never, you know, he never paid off.
Here's the thing: we need to, I think we need to put the interns on this and see if we can actually get a picture of the boat in question.
I haven't seen the episode yet. Maybe it's on the episode. Maybe, honestly, it's like the SS Minnow. I really don't know.
Yeah. Dude, this is worth finding. I mean, this is worth investigating, man. Like, I think we both need to go out of our way to watch this episode in full.
All right. Let's talk about a friend of the show, a friend of the Pro Wrestling Report, a friend of PWR Today, a friend of Linda, Damian, Dave, Matthew, Meathead, Andrew Bay, our friend, your friend, the Hurricane, Shane Helms, has just signed a WWE Legends contract. And now, and this is a quote from Sugar Shane, right? He goes, "I signed a Legends contract, so I guess that makes it official. I am old as." So Shane Helms turned 48 last July. So yeah, Sugar Shane has now got a Legends deal.
Well, congratulations to him, and I can't think of many finer individuals to have that deal. And, you know, what a hopefully long-term addition to the WWE, you know, backstage and agents and just the whole company.
He produced the Rey Mysterio, Dominic Mysterio match on Monday night. So
fantastic.
So Butch. Let's talk about Butch for a second. Butch is actually addressing it, his name change, and the call-up to SmackDown. Matthew, where do you stand with Pete Dunne, the Bruiserweight, being called Butch?
I don't like it.
I think I made it clear where I'm at.
Yeah. I mean, it's just just simple to the point. I don't like it. It sounds very cartoonish, very gimmicky. And the main thing is, you know, if we had never seen him before and he comes in as Butch, I still wouldn't like it because you're not giving him a last name. I generally don't like that as a whole, but the fact that we have known him in his entire tenure in NXT, and it's been a long and prosperous tenure, and just to basically insult the intelligence of your fan base, and you're
5
not
years,
giving,
by the way. 5 years.
You're not giving any non-NXT viewers any reasoning to watch NXT. And I mean, the people that do watch NXT, it's gonna turn them off of the main product, I feel.
So here's his quote. "The thing with me is, whether it's a name change or whatever changes, that's not what really endeared me to the audience in the first place, right? I like to think anyway it's the quality of the in-ring work, and that's what I'm going to keep doing the same, of course. And it's going to get better. I'm going to improve as time goes." Here's what I hear in that statement. It was prepared for him. Yeah. I mean, those might be Pete's words or those might be Butch's words, but at the end of the day, he's doing the right thing and going along with the flow. You know, that was what was handed to him. He wants to work. He's trying to make the best of it. That's the part I appreciate the most. Yeah. But I'll tell you right now, that Butch name, I mean, which, you know what? We've had a lot of stuff to not complain. I don't want to say complain because we enjoy watching wrestling, but we've had a lot of stuff to kind of nitpick on. Which is worse, Matthew? Quick poll right now. LA Knight's music or Butch's name?
If we're going just the music versus the name, I'll go I'll go Butch is worse than the music. If we're going name versus name, I still think LA Knight is worse.
You made a great point about 2 to 3 weeks ago. I don't remember when it was. There is no more 2.0 on my DVR either.
Yeah.
The only 2.0 that's showing up is in the arena. It's NXT now again. And, here's the thing with NXT. They said, you know what? We're going to go 2.0, and we're going to make sure it's all the young talents. We're the men and women's champions.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's a very
Dolph Ziggler and Mandy Rose,
very valid point.
Main show talents.
Yeah. No, you're exactly right. I really haven't thought about it in that capacity, but no, you are spot on.
Okay, Matthew, I know you said you didn't watch Dynamite. I had to spoil this little bit for you just so we can talk about this next news item. Tay Conti posted a very risque photo of herself in bed with Sammy Guevara. Now, the reason why I brought this up is because Wednesday night on Dynamite, during the promo between Tay and Sammy and Dan Lambert, Scorpio Sky, and Ethan Page, Dan Lambert at the end kisses the belt. He goes, I love the belt. Do you love me having this belt? Mwah. Then Tay Conti and Sammy says, you know what? I hope you enjoyed kissing that belt because now we're in your mouth too. Something to that effect. And the picture that is out there, go ahead and go to Tay Conti's. This isn't like a leaked picture.
Yeah.
Tay Conti put this on her Twitter feed. It's Sammy with a handful of ass and neither of them wearing any clothes.
They're wearing the belt though, so that counts.
Well, the belt covers up Tay.
Well, there you go. And I guess now
Linda and I talked about it yesterday.
Did Dan Lambert take the picture? Did he take the picture? Is that how it works?
I mean, I don't think so. But Linda and I talked about this yesterday morning. You know what the first thing that this makes me think of, and we brought you up in reference to it, Paige, Xavier Woods, and your buddy from South Carolina.
Yeah, I was going to say former College of Charleston alumni, Brad Maddox. Yeah.
So, yeah. Your thoughts on one? I mean, it's clear now that it's Sammy and Tay Conti, and the engagement. Sammy asking his fiancee to marry him. At that point, that's all done now. They've separated, and they've gone on. But the fact that he said, "I'm in your mouth now," where are you standing with that?
Hey, I'm okay with it because Dan Lambert's involved, and I think that's a fitting line and a fitting angle for Dan Lambert to be involved in.
He calls Tay Conti Lucha Horace.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing. Like, if they were doing that to freaking Jungle Boy or Luchasaurus or something, it might be a little over the top. But you're going up against a dastardly heel, so I think that's appropriate. And not really unexpected with AEW. If WWE had done it, that'd be a bit of a shock.
Yeah, I mean, we would have popped for it.
But hey, man, the way Cowboy Brock is going now, I don't know if he's not far behind.
And that's, what, we're actually on our way to that. And Seth Rollins, what was Seth Rollins saying? Was it bullshit on Raw that he said about 5-6 times at the end of the show?
Yeah.
Tensions are picking up over on SmackDown. And tonight we've got I know there's a SmackDown next week and it's live at the American Airlines Arena, right before the Hall of Fame. But I don't know that that's going to be a full-on SmackDown. I think it's just going to be a warmer to the Hall of Fame and to WrestleMania. So tonight, we really need to get business finished. We need to really get to WrestleMania. So I got to assume we're going face-to-face with Brock and Roman. I got to assume that Ronda Rousey gets a one-up on Charlotte finally, because last week Charlotte was standing with her foot on her waist, saying I'm the greatest, right? We're going to have more tag team action, Rhea Ripley and, Liv Morgan. We're going to have Sasha and Naomi. We're going to have, Natalya and Shayna. I mean, all the tag teams for the women's. We'll probably have a little bit more of Kofi and Sheamus. What are you expecting to see tonight?
I will give them credit. They have built up on the SmackDown brand. Brock and Roman feels big. Charlotte and Ronda feels big. And I think that is going to be what bookends the show. You have one of them open, one of them close, and they're doing a really – the undercard still has a lot to be desired. I think you'll get some further clarification on where things really stand with the Intercontinental picture. I think that's still kind of up in the air a little bit there. But no, I think you'll see.
Well, Ricochet's the champion, so I'm pretty sure they're going to probably throw 4 to 5 people in there.
Yeah,
and just let it be a spot fest.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I think. And I mean, honestly, you had the recent passing of Scott Hall, who is known for having one of, if not the most famous Intercontinental ladder matches
Shawn
out
Michaels,
there.
absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, put that IC belt, hang it from the rafters, and put a ladder in the ring.
Do they name it? Do they call it the Scott Hall Memorial Intercontinental Championship?
I think that would be very appropriate.
Okay. I mean, Scott had his demons outside the ring, right? But you know what? Inside the ring, the man was a pro, and the man got it done.
And not only do it for this Mania, make it a tradition, because, I mean, the last decade and a half, if not 2 decades, my goodness, the lack of concentration, and then, all right, let's make the IC belt mean something again. Oh, let's forget about it. Let's make it mean something. Let's forget about it. I think you really kind of
that happened in 2022 already.
Yeah,
Shinsuke came into the year as the IC champ, and we didn't really see anything out of him.
Yeah. You really, that's something you can do to try to, all right, every year we're gonna have this type of match. And hey, here's the thing: no more Money in the Bank is its own thing. You don't have the Money in the Bank ladder match that was a highlight for a lot of people at Mania.
Oh yeah, I got to watch Kennedy win it at WrestleMania 24.
Yeah,
I saw Edge win it in 22. Or Edge win it at 21?
Yeah.
When did Edge win the Money in the Bank? 21 or 22? I want to say it was 22.
Let's see, 20. All right, so 20 would have been. All right, so 20 would have been 04. 21 would have been 05, but he cashed in early 06, so I think it would have been 21. And maybe he won it again at 22. I'm not sure, but 21 I think would have been when he won it the first time.
Stand by for the internet.
Yeah. And further confirmation that Matthew is indeed correct.
Mr. Kennedy became Mr. Money in the Bank at WrestleMania 23. CM Punk was the first 2-time Money in the Bank ladder winner. Can you name them all? Because I'm going to bring up the list here in a second. Can you name all the Money in the Bank winners?
I seriously doubt it. Kennedy, Punk, Edge, Cena, Lesnar.
Wait. Cena won a Money in the Bank?
Yeah, Cena won a Money in the Bank. Yeah, Cena won a Money in the Bank.
He won it at the WWE Championship in a Money in the Bank pay-per-view against Big Show, Jericho, Kane, and The Miz. All right, let me run them down here.
All right.
WrestleMania 21, Edge. WrestleMania 22, Mr. Pay-per-view, Rob Van Dam. Because remember, at 22, he won Money in the Bank, and he took that to ECW's One Night Stand. WrestleMania 23, Mr. Kennedy. WrestleMania 20. Oh, no, hold on. You know what? That's right. Kennedy lost his Money in the Bank briefcase to Edge when he defended a contract on Raw. All right, so WrestleMania 24, CM Punk won the Money in the Bank. WrestleMania 25, CM Punk. WrestleMania 26, Jack Swagger. WrestleMania, nope, this is where the pay-per-view started. Money in the Bank, Kane won it. Money in the Bank pay-per-view in 2010, The Miz won it. Money in the Bank, Daniel Bryan won it. Why does that picture? Okay, never mind. Let's see, what else do we have here? Money in the Bank, Alberto Del Rio. Money in the Bank, Dolph Ziggler. Money in the Bank, Cena. Here's a man that I think they blew it. Remember when he was Miz's stunt double and he was popping more than anybody else? Damian Sandow won the Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
Remember his Money in the Bank briefcase was made out of fine Corinthian leather?
Yeah. And it was an unsuccessful. Was that the first unsuccessful cash in?
I believe it was. Randy Orton, Seth Rollins, Sheamus, Dean Ambrose. Who's the first women's Money in the Bank winner?
Was it Charlotte?
No. I'll give you a hint. She had a manager who was her boyfriend, Boy Toy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Carmella.
Yep. General Manager Daniel Bryan stripped Carmella of the contract 2 days after the event because of interference by Carmella's manager, James Ellsworth, who retrieved the briefcase for Carmella. So who won it again? Carmella.
It was Carmella, yeah.
All right. Then after that, Baron Corbin, Alexa Bliss, Braun Strowman is a Money in the Bank winner. Bailey, Brock Lesnar, Asuka. Thank you, Asuka, for helping me win the 2019-2020 PWR draft. Because she won the 2020, excuse me. She won it on the top of Titan Towers, if you remember.
That's true. Yep.
Otis also won it. The Miz, Nikki ASH, and Big E.
Well, there you go.
Well, we need something, and I think a Scott Hall inaugural IC ladder match would be a perfect way to honor his memory. Let's talk about Rampage tonight before we get going for the weekend. Really, I think the main event tonight is Hook gets his certificate of completion from school from QT Marshall. Matthew, you haven't seen Dynamite yet. I know you'll get to it when you get to it, but the pop for a promo graphic for Hook coming on the screen is probably the biggest pop of the night.
Yeah, I don't doubt it one bit, man. He's got something very, very special.
Wow. And again, I don't want to spoil too much for you, but Nyla Rose is scheduled to appear tonight on Rampage as well after what happened on Wednesday night with Thunder Rosa.
All right. We'll get further progression on something that sounds.
So Thunder Rosa has probably got her next challenger lined up for her, and it looks like it's going to be Nyla Rose.
Fantastic.
Well, Matthew, that's the week. Let me ask you, you haven't listened to the show in the last couple days. Do you think that we should get A, a dunk tank, B, a karaoke machine, or C, should the Meathead ride a mechanical bull when we get to Gillies?
C.
What am I, Daniel Bryan in a Mexico City, Mexico show?
Yes, without a doubt. You straddle that thing.
I'm hoping to do karaoke because Linda Kay told me Shenanigans parties have a live mic.
Ooh, interesting. We'll have to see what the scene is like at Gillies.
All right, folks, if you haven't gotten your tickets yet for the party next week, Thursday, literally less than a week away, Kevin Nash, PWR, next week, Friday, excuse me, 1 week away, PWR, Kevin Nash, Shenanigans, XXL at Gillies in Dallas, shenanigansparty.com. All the talents have been announced already, but more talents just don't get announced. They just show up. So make sure you're there. Make sure you're, paying to get the all access. With the platinum, you can get the free table, you can get the private service, bottle service, all that other good stuff. Head on down to shenanigansparty.com. Matthew, you're going, right?
Of course.
All right. Well, we will see you guys there. For Matthew Thomas, for Linda Kay, I'm the man they call Meathead. Thank you for stopping by. We're going to talk to you Monday morning. So long, everyone.